everyone, it's Shauna from Pay or Wait, and today I'm going to be reviewing Insecure Season 3, Episode 2, Familiar Like, okay? And right now, I'm not looking real familiar like y'all. I look like that I done been going through it, and I really have been going through it, because you know why? Because all of a sudden, I lost my car key, and I haven't been able to leave, okay? I have nowhere to go. I don't know how I'm going to get to work tomorrow. I already had to call out of work, and then I don't know what the dealership is going to be charging me to basically get a new key. I don't know if they're gonna ask me to get my firstborn up. I have a feeling that that's pretty much what's gonna be like. So I'm going through it. So I ain't got my face all made up, y'all. I'm not looking familiar. I'm just gonna ask you guys to just forgive me for this, okay? Just forgive me for this one video. I will be back to normal next week. And then also too, like, I'm letting y'all know it ain't gonna be no little costume changes like what happened last Sunday, because the devil was busy again last Sunday. But I'm not gonna let the devil steal my joy and my pinky finger about to break. But you know what? We're gonna go ahead and get into this episode. So the episode starts off with Issa. She's at work. We see that she's been applying for apartments. She's constantly getting denial after denial after denial. We see that she does end up asking, actually, before I even get into Issa and Daniel, let me go ahead and wrap up We Got Y'all, okay? So basically, as many of us have experienced in corporate, the same stuff that we've been saying week after week after week, now all of a sudden we want to listen, okay? And so basically, the founder of the program, she's basically going through and saying, guys, we're going to do a logo touch up. And so first we need to discuss what were the issues with the first logo. And of course, there were a plethora of issues with the first logo. And so basically everyone's addressing literally every single thing that Issa said in the last episode when she was trying to give this feedback before she read her entire life and told her she was involved in mess, okay? She told them about the hand, the white hand uplifting the black children that didn't make no sense. Even the vernacular of We Got Y'all, okay? It was just so much. And they were saying the exact same things that Issa was saying. Then all of a sudden I'm gonna be like, oh guys, I got a great idea. Let's ask Issa what's wrong with it. And so I like the little sidebar that she broke out to what she was saying in her head, as many of us go through in corporate America, okay? And so then she was just like, I think all you guys had great ideas. And I was just like, girl, I would have said that too, because back then when I was trying to give you all this feedback, you didn't want nothing to do with me, but now all of a sudden y'all want to hear Issa's opinion. No, you can't have it no more. I'm done. I can't. So I did appreciate that Issa met with Kelly. I miss Kelly, y'all. I love Kelly. She just a breath of fresh air. She put a smile on your face, okay? She put a smile on my face, and I'm having a horrible day. But she put a smile on my face. She basically told Issa, girl, you're broke. You're broker than broke. And then I'm like, Issa, how you afford to shop at Rite Aid? Because Rite Aid kind of expensive. I only shop there because I do couponing there, but all my stuff is free. How you still got time to be shopping at Rite Aid? You know you need to be going to Target. Rite Aid, CVS, all of that should be off limits at this point. So she tell her she broke. She got to figure something out. And so we see that Issa asks Daniel, like, hey, can I have a couple of extra weeks? And then Daniel was like, oh, my girl Vanessa, she said she had an issue with it. And I'm like, why you lying, Daniel? Why you lying? Stop it. Stop fighting it. I'm tired of y'all fighting these feelings. Just let it go and just embrace it. And so we see that I did appreciate Issa venturing outside of what she was doing to apply for the property manager job, which I don't understand why no one else tried to suggest it to her earlier, because most property managers, you do get a discount. If you don't get all of your rent away, you get a significant amount of your rent discounted. So I'm just kind of trying to figure out why no one came up with that one before, but I'm happy that she applied for the job. And we saw towards the end of the episode that they actually wanted to meet with her. So I'm excited for her getting her life together. So let's get into Daniel and Vanessa. So we see a little bit more of Vanessa besides her moaning and screaming and moaning and screaming. And we see that I don't know why Daniel's with her. Like, clearly, like, you don't like her like that. And even she was like, yo, you've been in my place for like 3 days straight. When you going home? And then she was like, you need to find yourself back with your homegirl, crowd her up because you can't be here because I'm going out. And so we saw that she made this comment about, oh my God, I love light skin love. Huh? Girl, you got that fine ass specimen, that dark skin, that chocolate, the chocolate sitting next to you, And you sitting up here talking about light-skinned love? Daniel, you should have kicked her to the curb as soon as she said that. I don't even know what you're messing with this girl. I don't even know where you found this girl, because clearly y'all don't get along. He was trying to tell her about what he was going to the club to do. She was just basically saying they ratchet, basically foreshadowing what we was going to see happen towards the club episode. And so we see that Daniel comes home, and then Issa's cleaning the kitchen. And y'all, when she like saw that spider, that was everybody, okay? I didn't wasted a whole bottle of water, Raid, whatever was in my hand, air freshener. Y'all know y'all didn't try to kill a bug with air freshener, so I don't even want to hear nobody say that they didn't try to do that. I felt her at that moment. And so we see that she rearranged his kitchen or whatnot, and then so he's kind of telling her, you know, how he doesn't want to go to his club and this and that. It's always going to be something, which it is always something. People start flaking. People act like they to connect, but they not to connect. Your name on the list, but your name not on the list. And so she volunteers to go with him and help him out. And so they run into one of their high school friends, Khalil, who is basically big time now. And so at first, you know, Issa was talking to him because Daniel got denied. He said their name wasn't on the list. Basically, Khalil helps get them in with the help of Issa, basically bridging that gap, talking to him. Daniel was acting too proud, and I was like, Daniel, just like get in the club. It really don't matter as long as you get in. It's really not that big of a deal. I don't even understand why you're making it more than what it needs to be. And so, long story short, Daniel's there because he's trying to link up and work with this rapper named Spider, who is actually the little kid from Greenleaf who was beating our old dude's daughter. And I was like, oh, I remember I don't like you, but I'm going to give you a chance on this show. And so we see that Daniel is just really prideful. He's prideful. He don't know how to talk to people. And he actually reminds me of myself, because sometimes we feel as though that talent gets you somewhere, and it's really not talent. It's who you know, it's networking, it's making sure that you're rubbing elbows with the right people. And so we see that Daniel just doesn't know how to communicate with people. Issa is trying to help him, but it's just not working. But can we talk about how our girl Issa, how she came through? Not only did she got Daniel her drink, but she had another dude buy both of their drinks, okay? And so we see during the course of this whole time that they're both at the club, they're clearly vibing. They clearly get along with one another. Why are they fighting it? I just don't understand why they're fighting it at this point. And I don't know if they're trying to tease us or make us feel like they're going to get back together, but they don't. Or it could just be because they're both trying to get their lives together. Daniel's trying to hit the music side of his life together. Issa just trying to get her whole adulting life together. And so maybe this is just a case of making sure that it's good timing, okay? And so we see that he ends up talking to Spider, but then he just messes up the whole little pitch on what he was trying to do. Issa was slick with it too, asking to do about his son. If you need to take anybody's mind off of something, ask them about their kids and ask to see a video. She knew exactly what to do. And so Daniel flubs it, and then Spider loses interest. And so basically the whole plan just falls apart. Then, of course, what happens in the club is always somebody get into a fight, start shooting, everybody jump down, get on the ground, everybody had to run for their lives, okay? And so basically, Issa and Daniel, they go out to eat afterwards, and then basically she's just kind of uplifting him, which is what a lot of people, the Lawrence Hive, which y'all had to say that she needed to uplift Lawrence more. And so I like to see that she's, you know, doing the things that many felt that she didn't do in her first relationship with Lawrence, and now that she's doing these things with Daniel, and she's uplifting him and encouraging him, even though he's insecure about where he is in life and how he feels like he should be further along than where Khalil is. And so then she brings up, like, why does it have to be a competition? Maybe you should work with him. He's obviously connected. Like, that's what you should do. And so then she was like, you know, it's not easy to admit when you need help. Just how when I asked you, like, hey, I just cannot find another place. And he was just like, oh, as long as you need to stay there, you can stay there, girl. And then she was like, what about Vanessa? And he was like, yeah, because that's what happens when you trying to keep up a lie. You don't even know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're lying about no more. Because I don't know, like, can we just grow up? If you want to be with Issa, be with Issa. I understand that you have reservations. I understand why you even playing games like this. I totally get it. She's done you dirty not once but twice, okay? And you don't want it to be a third time. But I feel like there comes a point in time when you need to man up and do what you need to do. And so we see that they come back home, and then Issa's talking about, oh, her neck hurt. I was like, oh, your neck hurt? Okay. Then he started rubbing her back, and I was like, oh, Issa trying to get this deep. But then he offers her the bed. And he's like, well, I got to work late anyway, so you can go ahead and take the bed. And then, you know, she was like, oh, well, you know what? I ain't sleepy. And so then they vibing. Then we see that he actually calls Khalil, takes her advice. So then she got the look in her eyes like, oh my goodness, he took my advice. And so I just don't know what's going to happen. But what we do need to talk about is, Issa, you ain't got nobody else you can stay with? Your mama and daddy, your brother, Molly, Kelly. Well, Kelly said no, but I'm just saying, like, there has to be other people that you could really stay with. I mean, Molly got it. I just don't understand, like, why it has to be with Daniel. But then we see in next week's episode they sharing beds and stuff. They basically shacking up, acting like they together, but they not together. I can't take a whole season of this. I think overall, this episode was fine. It wasn't like as good as the season premiere, but that was the season premiere. It had to be enough to catch everyone's attention. But this episode, it's just okay with me. It was just okay. I feel like more could have happened than what it did happen, but I like the fact that they tried to flesh out Daniel's character, give him some type of backstory for us to try to connect with him more than just being the dude who Issa did dirty 15 million times. So those are my thoughts on Insecure Season 3, Episode 2, Familiar Like. I promise you I'm going to get my life together next week. But as always, my name is Sharonda from Pay or Wait. And if you like what you saw today, make sure you hit the like button, hit subscribe, share this video with your friends, and I will see you soon.